Hey guys, it's Chanel Diane, and I wanted to come today to talk to you about our next video in the series for how to start a hair company and things you need to know about hair companies. I wanted to talk about payment processors. For those who don't know, a payment processor is the platform that you use to process your customer's payment. So there's actually two parts to that. Some companies are a payment processor, some are a payment gateway. A gateway verifies the information, and then the payment processor processes that payment to you. Platforms like PayPal, they are both of those, a payment processor and a gateway. But then you have platforms like Authorized.net, which is a gateway, and you still need to have a payment processor. So we're going to talk about the different ways that you can collect money online from your customers, specifically for a hair extension business. So in the last video, I talked about how you cannot use Shopify Payments. I had a few people say, hey, I had issues, but then I submitted my information and they released my funds. Well, here's the thing. In their terms and condition, it clearly states, it's literally the first line of prohibited items that you can sell for their terms and condition. Hair extensions, natural hair, weaves, processed hair, fake hair is all in the first line. So you cannot sell hair extensions on their platform. If you do decide to, they reserve the right to cancel your Shopify payments or to hold your money. So just be advised of that. To avoid all of that, it's just wise to use another platform. You can use PayPal, you can use Stripe, you can use Square Payments if you're like on Wix or something. You can even use merchants through your bank and or so like Bank of America has a merchant, Wells Fargo, Chase, things of that nature. They're a payment processor, and then they have different merchants for a payment gateway. So I've used most of them, so I'm going to go over the ones that I prefer, the ones I don't prefer, and things of that nature. So PayPal is notorious for holding money as well. They can hold your money for up to 180 business days. With that, they will then either release the funds to you, or they will make you put money on a reserve, and they decide the amount of money that they're going to do on a reserve, and they decide whether or not they're going to let you remain a customer. So they can hold your money, and then they can take money from you to keep in a reserve for as long as they want to. Or they can release your money, and then they start to take out a percentage of each sale and put that in reserve for 180 days. And sometimes you have to call them in to get the money. So that's literally for any business. It's not hair specific. It's just hair industry is considered a high risk business by most payment processors. So you often see that with PayPal for hair companies. So that's the first one. The next one is, but a benefit of PayPal is that you can actually get a business loan from them based on your sales, and it's not based on like your credit or anything else. So that's really awesome. And the terms for their loans are actually really, really good. So they don't charge a lot of interest, which is amazing. And they don't like really hit you over the head for how much you have to repay. And all you do is you select how much you want to take in a loan. They offer it to you. You select, you typically get 3 different options. You select the amount of money that you want to take out as a loan, and then from there, each sale that you get, they just take a percentage to start paying back that loan. So it's really, really cool. So they have pros and cons. Then we have like Square. So Square you can't use with Shopify, but you can use it with Wix. And the benefits of that is Square also has a business loan, which is really cool. Theirs is the same way. You'll wake up one morning after doing some sales or having, some traction with your business, and then they'll offer you 3 different loan types, and then you can decide which one you want to take. And they just take a percentage of your money from your sales, typically like 10 or 15%, and then they pay it back over time. So that's a really, really good option, especially for small businesses to be able to have the money they need to grow or to scale their business. The issues with Square is, one, if you have Shopify, you can't even use them. 2, if you get a chargeback or you have a fraudulent order, Square is not the best in terms of disputing those items. They don't have like a seamless way for you to submit information and to show that the order was valid. And that ends up being a major issue, especially for hair extension companies, because there's a lot of fraud in terms of stealing hair. So you want to have a company that is seller friendly and is going to work on your behalf to make sure that you're able to get the money back that the customer tried to steal. Other than that, I do like them. You can get your money really quickly. I like that they have other features. So if you're a stylist, you can actually do like a booking thing to where you can set appointments on there. You can do built-in website that they offer and sell your products. So you can even do payroll on Square. So that's really, really cool that they have a lot of different features. The next one would be Stripe. So Stripe is, good as well. I personally have never had I had issues with them years ago because I know initially they weren't really fond of hair companies using them either. But as of recently, I just haven't heard anything from my clients about Stripe having any issues in the terms of them holding payments or like cutting off their account or anything like that. The only thing with Stripe is they do not offer anything in terms of like a business loan. So that would be the only thing. Now with PayPal, Square, Stripe, they all take pretty much the same percentage. It's typically 2.9% plus an additional 20 cents per transaction that they keep. If you're on a platform like Shopify or even Wix, they do take an additional percentage if you don't use Wix Payments or Shopify Payments, and that additional payment from Shopify is 2%. So you pretty much are giving 5% of each order away in fees. So that's important to keep in mind. Now from there you have your payment processors through your bank. So say you have a business checking account with Chase or Wells Fargo or Bank of America, something like that. So those companies are really, really good in terms of you get your payments next day. You have a system built in for dealing with chargebacks and submitting the orders. And another benefit with them is that you can use Authorize.net. So Authorize.net is a payment gateway that verifies transactions and is really good on helping you avoid fraudulent orders. Like they are like the best in the industry for avoiding fraudulent orders. And another benefit of getting your merchant account through your bank is that your fees are lower. So I told you Shopify, Payments, PayPal, Square, Stripe, all of those are 2.9% plus additional 20 cents per transaction. Typically you can get anywhere from like 1.6% to like 1.9% transactional fees per order if you go through your bank. So that's always the best option, is to go through your bank. Now keep in mind, if you know that you want to do like get a business loan from PayPal or Square or something, I would advise you to use that payment processor. Just eat those fees for at least 6 to 9 months. Once that money pops up or that notification pops up that says that you can be offered a loan, then take that loan, because Stripe, as well as the merchant and payment processor that you would get through your bank, they do not offer those types of loans, but you get a lower percentage of transaction fees, and it's just a little bit more security if you bank with them. And then Authorize.net is really, really amazing. Like it really, really is. And I'm trying to think of what else. I think that's about it for the payment process. Now there's tons of other payment processors out there, but those are like the easier ones to access as a new business and to utilize. And you have to weigh your pros and your cons of what you know that you want to do with your business. Now, what I read on Shopify Payments is that even if you use, say, your merchant from your business checking or from your bank, that you can still as long as you use Shopify as your website, you can still be offered a business loan. So that's something amazing. And Shopify business loan is the same as Square and PayPal. They actually will offer you 3 different options. They'll tell you the terms, like the percentage you have to repay and how long it'll take to repay it. And you click on which loan you want to get. And if you're approved, they give you the money the next business day. And then every time you take every time you have an order, Shopify takes a percentage out of each order to help pay back your loan. So you still have options to use your bank for your merchant and get those lower fees. So if you use them and you have like a 1.9% fee from your bank, and then of course you're using a third-party payment processor, so Shopify is going to still charge you 2%. That's only 3.9% versus a 5% that you would take out using like a PayPal or Square or Stripe. So just weigh your options and see which one. I highly suggest in business, if you're doing an online business, to always have a backup. So typically you want to have like a PayPal and then like a Stripe as a backup, or PayPal and then your bank merchant account as a backup. So if anything goes wrong with PayPal and they hold your funds, or they restrict your account, you can still take orders from the other payment processors that you have. So that was it for the payment processes. I hope you learned something new. I did want to tell you about a few additional things that we have on our site that we can offer business owners that will really, really help you out. So first, let me get into the hair, because I know I'm going to get some questions. So this hair, I have on a 13x4 frontal that is a wavy pattern. Then I have in louse wavy curly in 24, 22, and like a little bit of a 20-inch. And then yesterday, because I wanted a bit more volume, I wanted it to be a little bit boom, I decided to add a bundle of 24-inch Indonesian hair. Now the Indonesian hair has a ton of body by itself, so I literally had like this much left of the 24-inch. But if you saw like before pictures of my hair, you'll see it made a world of difference. Like I got just the volume that I wanted. So for drop ship, which we're going to re-release, those 2 patterns will definitely be available. But I also do wholesale. So if you're interested in wholesale, you can definitely email me. I'll send you the price list so you can view that. And then if you want to learn more information about how to run your business, how to start a hair company, how to have a successful beauty business, I have webinars, a boot camp, and one-on-one coaching sessions. I'll put in some customer reviews of my last webinar, as well as customer reviews of my one-on-one coaching and people that are taking my How to Launch a Hair Company class in the past. I've had this week or last week, I had a client email me to show me that she took my How to Launch a Hair Company class, and this year her business has made $675,000. I had another client to tell me that she was let go from her $52,000 a year salary job, and last month in October she made $100,000 in sales and revenue. So I have clients that either did one-on-one coaching or taking one of my classes that are still able to make lots of profit in the hair industry. So I have their reviews, and then we have a boot camp coming up. So I think we have 4 spots left for the 6-week boot camp, which that boot camp is like everything you need to know about starting your company, the foundation, the groundwork, all that good stuff. And what I'm doing to prepare for that is I'm offering free webinars for people, so you guys can see what my teaching style is and like what type of information you're going to learn. So yesterday I actually did a webinar that was about how to pay yourself, and people love that. So those reviews will be chopped in here somewhere. And then I'm planning on doing another one about business. I'm trying to see from my audience what topics they want me to cover. And that webinar, we were on there for 2.5 hours, just teaching, asking questions, me answering, all of that. And then on this next webinar, it's going to be the same thing. It's going to be in depth, and we'll cover different topics within the business to make sure that you're fully prepared to launch and or scale your company. So go to the website if you want to wholesale, if you want to buy a vendor. I have vendors on there. If you want to learn more about business and prepare yourself to get your business to 6 figures, I have tons of webinars and ebooks, as well as boot camps, live webinars, and one-on-one coaching sessions. So if you have any information, I've literally been in the hair industry for almost 15 years. I've done very well for myself. I've done very poorly and made bad decisions in my business because I was trying to do everything myself. And so literally everything that I've learned over the years, I just give to y'all. So you can know exactly what you want to do. You can know exactly what needs to be done. You can know what to avoid, and you can prepare yourself to be as successful as possible. So I hope you guys have learned something new today. The next video, we're going to talk about the different websites that are out there that are good for online businesses, which ones I like, which ones I would suggest to kind of stay away from, and just to give you some ideas of where to start if you want to build your website on a really dope platform. All right, guys, enjoy your evening, your afternoon. Thank you for watching, and like, comment, and subscribe so I know that you like these videos and I can continue giving it to you. All right, guys, bye.